Those of you who don't believe in miracles, this story might change your mind. At just 3 years of age, Claire Hill was run over by a 22-seat bus. One wheel of the bus was on her, crushing her tiny body for a full, terrifying minute. She easily could have been killed or seriously injured. But as James Thomas reports, modern-day miracles still happen.
I thought we were going to lose her.
I still see her under the wheel.
I'm not a religious person, but if I were, I would believe that there were divine intervention there.
It was the most horrible sight I have ever seen.
We know it's a miracle.
On the 15th of February, Sue Hill's daughter, 3-year-old Claire, fell under the wheels of a 4-tonne, 22-seater bus. Tragically, Claire's father, Peter, was the driver.
In that moment, my future flashed before my eyes. I thought, that's my life over, that's Claire's life over, it's all over here and now.
In security vision, Peter can be seen discovering his daughter trapped under the family bus after it rolled forward in a queue at a service station.
Under this wheel here, her shoulders were out here like that and her head about there, and I can only presume that when she's hopped out of the car, the bus, the door has knocked her over and she's rolled legs underwards. Yeah. And then, as I've been rolling forward at the same time, because of the banging, I've stopped with those wheels right on top of her body.
Peter rushed to reverse the bus off his daughter, but the damage was largely done. A 4-tonne truck had been resting on Claire's chest and abdomen for at least 30 seconds to a minute.
At that particular time, my belief was that her life was at risk.
Paramedic Peter Cribb was one of the first on the scene.
She had abrasions to her chest and to her abdomen. She had a dark blue face. She had ruptures of the blood vessels all over her face from the pressure exerted by the car on her chest and on her abdomen.
Claire was medevaced to Sydney Children's Hospital.
I just thought I had to say goodbye to her and prepare her and calm her down and give her those last moments of love and say goodbye.
Deeply religious, Sue and Peter turned to God for strength.
We prayed, and in that prayer, we gave Claire to God and said, thank you for her life. If you have to take her, then we accept that, but if you could please not.
Sue and Peter believe that God was listening.
Can it be explained by medical science?
They couldn't explain it. We had one test after another all day, and they kept coming back clear, even her broken leg.
Sue maintains that doctors were adamant that Claire's leg was broken, but then they took the cast off due to an apparent misdiagnosis.
The cast was off at the end of the bed, and I thought, oh, the leg's swollen. I said, what's happened? They said, it's not broken anymore.
A misdiagnosed leg break is not unprecedented, but compounded with the fact that Claire walked from hospital completely free of serious injury just 2 days after being crushed by a 22-seater bus, that is truly remarkable.
If you have a look at the size of that child and the size of the vehicle that parked on top of her, I think that there would be very few people that would argue that.
Peter and Sue believe that their openness to God may have played a part in their daughter's salvation. Claire was one when she was blessed by the Pope. The house is adorned with Catholic iconography. And on the morning of her accident, Claire was wearing what they call a miraculous medal.
I think the miraculous medal was a definite part of it. And I also felt, having a strong belief and faith in the guardian angels, that a guardian angel may have even been holding the bus up.
There were no internal injuries, no breaks. I didn't have to even go back to a doctor. Like, I've had children break their arms with more trauma than that.
You can be rational about it, but if you're going to be rational about it, the only rational answer is the irrational happened, and I can't explain it any other way.
Jim Tonkin does have an interest in miracles. He's a Seventh-day Adventist, but he says that doubting Thomases need to re-evaluate. And Jim should know he witnessed the accident.
You saw it happen, didn't you?
I was on the other side of the bus. I just finished filling up with fuel, and that's when all hell broke loose.
In the security footage, generously supplied by Woolworths, you can see Jim rush to the scene of the accident. He says there is no doubt that the full weight of the bus was on top of Claire.
Well, across here was the leading part of the wheel. So she was 3/4 under the bus. Her head had swollen as a result of the blood pressure being forced up, and she looked horrible.
Today, Claire is happy and healthy. Not that she intends to let Dad off the hook.
Dad, when we
For Sue and Pete, they have returned to the chaos of running a family of, yes, 11 kids. For the fact that it is not 10, they will be eternally grateful to the medicos who looked after Claire and, in particular, God.
They're all so very special, and yeah, just you never know when something's going to happen, and to appreciate your children, that they're never a burden, they're always a blessing.
Gorgeous little girl with quite a story to tell. That was James Thomas reporting.